Hi guys. For our all staff today, we're going to cover the importance of activities. My first start in this field was activities. So this is like my soft spot. I was an activity director, so love activities. I think we do a good job of it at Blue Sky. So we're just going to cover kind of some the importance of activities, why we do them, and maybe some good ideas for what we could implement, especially in the summer because it gets hot and it's very hard to go out as much as we like to. So some things that maybe we could do in the home to kind of keep activities going. The purpose of activities. So why we do them. We don't just do them because they're fun, although we do have some fun activities. They do serve some really good purposes. So we're going to cover mental and emotional stability, enhanced cognitive function, physical health improvement, socialization and connection, reduced behavioral issues, and improved self-esteem. All those are great benefits of activities. So for mental and emotional stability, a lot of our patients come from very unstable environments. Their background, like their childhood background, or even, their adult background often can be very unstable. Maybe they were in and out of homelessness or living on their own where they didn't really have a structure or routine. And we know that that can be very hard for mental health illnesses. Um, and so routine, stability, comfortable environments, predictable environments are all really, really good for our residents. That's why we do like scheduled smoke times and scheduled meal times because routine is very important. And it really helps them, although sometimes they don't agree. Routine and structure is very helpful. And so we include that in like our activity program. Like ideally, we should be doing kind of the same structure. Activities should be different, but that's why we do special meals out on Friday. Like they know every other Friday is when they get their special meal. Every other Thursday is when they get Starbucks. And that kind of consistency helps them keep routine, keep structure, helps them plan, oh, I need to save this many blue sky bucks. And blue sky bucks are in and of themselves can help with the mental and emotional stability. They're now responsible for managing that. If they want to go get Starbucks, they need to make sure they have enough money. They need to make sure they don't spend so much at the blue sky store. So all of that can kind of help keep stability in their lives. Excuse me. Some activities that they can do, really any activity is helping contribute to that routine and structure. Uh, no, I wouldn't say a lot, but some of our residents, when they were living on their own or living in really unstable environments, their wake sleep cycle was crazy. Maybe they were up all night and then during the day they slept or they were doing drugs or whatever it was. It was very unstable and unpredictable. So the fact that, now they sleep at night, they have meals during the day, they have activities during the day, that promotes this kind of stability as well. So any activity where during the day we're kind of encouraging, come out of your room. We don't want you napping all day long. Come do an activity is helping to promote that mental and emotional stability. Um, but other activities that we can kind of target to help that as well is like we've done some recent groups on deep breathing activities. I know Mariella up at Vista at 81st, she does a lot of deep breathing. So groups can be targeted to help improve mental and emotional stability through like learning certain skills or um, doing different activities to kind of help calm their system. Anger management groups we've done before. This is why we do grief processing groups. So, like when a resident passes away, we do a group where we kind of honor that resident and talk about them because that helps with their emotional stability. They learn how to grieve appropriately and gives them kind of time to reflect on, this stage in life where, they're seeing more death than at other stages, probably. Any sort of calming activities, I see we do a lot, which is great, at the Chandler homes, but like painting, jewelry making, anything like that is helping calm their emotional system and giving them another tool for, something to do when they're feeling overwhelmed. And then exercise groups. Exercise is great for mental and emotional stability. So anytime we're going for walks or exercising in the home, great for mental and emotional stability. Another one is enhanced cognitive function. So, you know, up at the 81st Vista, we have a lot more patients with Alzheimer's or dementia, but even at Santa Ana and Colt, like we have people who have impaired cognitive function, meaning their brain isn't um, as sharp as it used to be. So certain activities can help promote a healthy brain, can help, delay the progression of certain diseases like Alzheimer's or dementia, and kind of just keep them sharper. Um, and I think they like that. When we do, if we're doing a lot of like kind of childish activities, people don't love that. That's not in their age range. They want to do things that make them kind of think and keep them on their toes. So certain activities can really help with that. Another thing that I really like that we do is our Today in History, because this orients our patients to time and place. A lot of residents, at other group homes or in this age range aren't oriented to time. They don't know what month it is. They don't know what time it is because they don't have anything orienting them every day. Some places do like a big orientation board that they update every day. It's like today is Monday, the weather is this, the time is this, whatever, which is great too. But today in history, we're helping them remember the date and kind of keeping their brain sharp. Some people, regardless, will, that doesn't work for, but for a lot of people that kind of really helps to, sometimes they know the day better than I do. Um, Activity ideas. Crossword puzzles. I know we have a resident at Colt who loves to do her crossword puzzles. That's great. That can be an independent activity. We can incorporate that into a group. Today in history is wonderful. You're oriented to the day. There's like little trivia on there, all good things. Even like the fact that we encourage them to read on those. Like you forget how that's a skill that a lot of people don't use very often is reading anymore. So, the fact that we're encouraging that too is great. Trivia games. I see that we do a lot of like seasonal trivia. That's great. Bingo is a good one. I don't have that on there, but that kind of makes you think, finding the numbers. Puzzles, like printable puzzles or like actual puzzle pieces. Um, all good. And then like skill learning groups. So, anytime they want to learn like a new skill, like, oh, I want to learn how to crochet or whatever it is like that, learning a new skill, it can really help your cognitive function. I actually had an individual counseling patient who didn't know how to do crossword puzzles, and so she was kind of like she felt that like she could really bond with other patients who were doing those if she knew how to do a crossword. So like we sat down and taught her how to do a crossword puzzle, and like she really enjoyed that, and now that's another skill that she can use like when she's feeling anxious or something, is crossword puzzles. So learning a new skill can be really cool too. Sorry, let's jump back real quick. No, no. Uh, Another one I've done or seen done before is like learning about other cultures. I know we have somebody at Santa Ana right now who really wants to teach the residents about her personal culture, like Hawaiian culture. So, um, teaching a group on a certain culture or um, I don't know, something they want to learn about. If they want to learn about a famous person in history, whatever it is. We used to do like a passport book, and they would travel to different places and learn about different places. Anything like that is really cool. Um, Learning and new skills. The next one we're going to talk about is physical health improvement. Sorry. Lots of benefits of doing physical health exercises. The big one is that it can help decrease falls and injuries in the home. So the stronger our patients are, the more they work out, the more they exercise, the less likely they're going to be to fall during transfers. They're going to be stronger when they transfer. Their balance is going to be better. Um, so I know we do things like PT, but daily exercise, even if it's just moving your legs or stretching, can help decrease accidents in the home. Exercise can also improve mental health symptoms as well as medical conditions such as obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, etc. So we know all the benefits of exercising for our physical health, but it also really, really improves mental health symptoms as well. So like stress, anxiety, um, all those things can be helped through physical exercise. Your brain releases certain chemicals when you're exercising, so some of these symptoms can be drastically decreased. We use medication for a lot, which is great, but there's some things that even physical health could help improve. Activity ideas for physical health, outings. So anytime you go on an outing, you got to climb in the bus. You got to walk to where, even if you're just going to the movie, you got to walk to your seat. So that's, more physical exercise than you get from just sitting in the home. So I always encourage people, if there's any way we can get them on an outing, send them on an outing. Um, Obviously there's people who for safety reasons can't go right now, but anytime we can, let's try to get people on outings. It's really good for them. And it's just good to get out. Like if you're sitting in the same house day after day, get a little restless. So just getting out can be really helpful. Walking around the block. I know it's going to get hot. It's going to be harder if we could do it in the morning. Um, we've even done like videos where you like watch a lady walk and you just kind of walk with her, or like walking. I think they used to do like walking tours. You'd watch a video and you'd like walk around Germany or wherever you want to go. So it's some things we gotta get we gotta improvise in the summer, but I know they really like indoor volleyball, any indoor games that we could play. They've done basketball at the park, which they really liked. I see really cool pictures that Eduardo sends me from his home where the residents are playing like fetch with his dog Rue, and like that's awesome. They don't even realize it's exercise, and they're getting out and you know getting sunshine and playing in the grass and exercising, stretching. So people who like some of these are eh, too much for them. Even simple stretching can be really, really helpful. Dancing, we have a lot of people who love to dance. Put on Zumba, get them dancing. I see staff dancing with them. That's awesome. Socialization and connection. So we do have a lot of residents who isolate. They don't want to come out. They want to stay in the room all the time, which that's their preference. And we can't force them out, but we really, really we know the benefits of being social and being around other people. And it helps with a lot of mental health issues as well, like depression, anxiety. Being around people is very beneficial. So activities provides us a time when we can kind of encourage them to come out and socialize, even if it's just for 30 minutes. So activities are some of the few times, outside of like meals that some of our residents will agree to come out of the room. So this encourages pro-social behavior and connection. It encourages them to talk to other patients, people that they normally wouldn't talk to, maybe make a new friend. And it decreases behaviors. So I'm sure you all notice the more bored somebody is, the more they're going to act up, the more attention seeking starts, demanding starts, because they're bored. So the more that we can have activities, it's going to decrease those behaviors and just improve their overall quality of life. If they have friends in the home that they can talk to, they're going to have less behaviors and they're going to be happier. I got my friend here. Activity ideas, really any group activity. If they come out of the room and do any sort of group activity, it's going to help with their socialization and connection skills. Icebreaker groups, especially when we have like a new person, sometimes it's helpful to do like an icebreaker, like tell us where you're from or what your favorite activity was as a kid or whatever. Icebreaker games can be kind of fun. Card games or board games, you can't really play a card game without talking, so it encourages socialization and connection. Lunch outings, I think, are really cool. A lot of outings are cool, but lunch outings, we're all at a big table. We end up talking. You end up talking to somebody from another house. I know we have guys that are friends from like Santa Ana and Colt, and so they love the lunch outings where they can meet up and chat with their friends that they don't get to see very often. So make sure, like, when we're doing a group, that we really encourage people to talk. Sit them by somebody new, encourage them to have discussions, because they don't get that very often. Next, we have reduced behavioral issues. So we touched on that a little bit. Activities allow us to, so this gives us another time to model appropriate behavior and encourage pro-social behavior. So if a resident has a bad behavior, say they're demanding, and they're just in their room all the time, it's really hard for us to demonstrate better behavior. And we know modeling is one of the best ways to teach somebody a new behavior, right? So if we get them out of their room to come to a group and they start with their verbal aggression or whatever the behavior is we want to model or we want to, help them fix, that's our time to kind of model a better behavior. Oh, you're yelling at me? Oh, I'm so sorry. I do want to help you, but I can't help you right now because you're yelling. And they see how I talk to other people and how I'm not yelling at other people. They're not yelling to me. That's a time where they can learn a new skill set, learn how to kind of work on some of their behaviors. If they're just in their room all the time, they're never really going to work on any of these behaviors. It also helps them, like when they're talking to other people, if they go and yell at a resident, that resident isn't going to want to be their friend. So they need to kind of learn through interacting with other people how to socialize appropriately and how to behave appropriately. Sometimes some of those natural conflicts help them kind of learn that stuff. Like if they yell at somebody and that resident is like, don't talk to me like that, they're going to learn like, oh, they don't like it. If I want to be their friend, I can't talk like that. Like we said before, less boredom equals decreased behavior. So the more they're doing stuff, the less they're going to be displaying behaviors because they're engaged in something. The same with like outings. Like the more we send people on outings, gives our caregivers a little bit of a break. Like you get a little bit of you know, uh break from we don't want you to burn out or anything like that. So you get a little bit of time with less residents in the house. Residents are motivated. That doesn't really make sense, but they're motivated to behave appropriately to be permitted to join outings. So I wouldn't say we have this very often, but if a resident is yelling and acting really inappropriate, we can't take them to the movies because we can't have them acting like that in public. So if somebody's really acting up, they're not going to be able to go on the outing. So they're learning by these like natural consequences. If I want to go on this outing, I need to behave good. I need to be appropriate. I need to be polite. I need to be respectful. So they're kind of learning through that now without me saying anything. They're learning, oh, if I want to go on this, I need to act good. Improved self-esteem. So just imagine if you're in a home all the time, you don't get out, you don't get to interact with people, which unfortunately is a lot of adult group homes. You're not really going to have great self-esteem. You're bored, you're depressed, you're tired. There's nothing to do. So by having fun activities, things that you're excited about, you're going to have better self-esteem. Residents who engage in fulfilling, enjoyable activities have increased senses of purpose and improved self-esteem. So a lot of our patients, like they had a job their whole life and now they're not doing anything. And that's something I hear a lot in individual counseling is that they don't really feel like they have a purpose anymore. So by doing activities in groups, they kind of implement that in their lives a little bit, have a little more purpose. They have the ability to learn new skills and talents. So like we talked about, oh, you can learn something new just because, you're a little older and you maybe don't have a job. That doesn't mean that you can't learn new things and find new hobbies. And highlights resident strengths. So when we do activities that like residents are really passionate about and they like, they're gonna feel good self-esteem. Like, oh, I'm good at this. We have people who are really good at puzzles. I know the girls at Santa Ana, like we have a lot of crafty people like painters and they like the diamond art and crocheting and knitting. And so when we do activities that kind of highlight that, they're like, oh, I can do something. I'm good at this. It makes them feel good. So activity ideas for this are activities that are designed with our resident skills, hobbies, and talents in mind. So painting, trivia, dancing. We have a guy over at Colt who's really surprisingly really good at trivia. Anything like that. And I think sometimes they forget. So when we do an activity that highlights their strengths, you can kind of see them feel a little empowered. Activities that promote new skills. So any activity that you do that you're introducing a new skill for them. We don't want to make it too hard where they're like, oh, this is terrible. I can't do that. 'Cause it kind of defeats the purpose. But a new skill where like they learn that they still have the ability to learn new things and do new things. They might find a new hobby they like. And then outings and activities that excite our residents. So um, yeah, just really exciting outings. Like, we do cool stuff. We go to the movies. Everybody loves the movies. That's great. But if we can find things, that are really unique to our residents' interests. I know we have a guy at Colt who loves fishing, and every now and then we try to sneak in like a cool fishing outing because you just kind of see him light up where he doesn't do a lot of activities, but if we can get him fishing, he has a good time. We had a guy who, I mean, he's still there, but we can't get him out anymore. But the one thing he would do is go to a car show. And so no, I don't think anybody else liked car shows, but if we could plan a car show just for him, he might go. So finding things that are really um, interest them and excite them can you see them perk up. Ways that we incorporate activities at Blue Sky. Um, all team members can help out with activities, not just the activity team members. So we have a great activity staff who lead wonderful activities and outings. But I've seen everybody do activities, and I think that's awesome. Like, I've seen you guys like dance with the residents. I've seen like I think Pressy's taken Carlene for walks before because she's going out for a walk. I, I know Vanjie takes Carlene out all the time to run errands or whatever it is. Anybody can help out with activities. You don't have to be an activity person. Um, I know Jackie and James have taken residents out for individual stuff. So anytime that you want to incorporate an activity, do it. It's great. And it's fun. You kind of get like a special bond with that resident. Um, we want to increase indoor activities when the weather's hot. So unfortunately, it's going to get hot, and there's less we can do outside. The nice thing about summer is we have been doing some more swimming stuff, which is cool. We don't get to do that all the time, but yeah, otherwise it is hard to be out too often. So that's kind of the time when we increase indoor activities and we stay home more and we increase more stuff in the home. But it gives us an opportunity to plan cool stuff in the home. Maybe we have a movie night. Maybe we do a game night. I don't know. Going to the movies or the aquarium or whatever. Just more indoor stuff when it's hot. Finding unique interests of our residents and ways that we can add these in. We've talked about that. All the cool stuff we've done. We've gone golfing because people like golf. We have some big sports fans up at Vista, so we try to get them out to basketball games when we can. Anything that we do, if you find an interest that your resident likes, let somebody know because I don't think we've ever turned something down. We found a way to do everything. I know Eduardo planned an NFL football game for one of our residents. So if there's something somebody wants to do, you know, we we have good connections in the community and we try to find a way to make it happen. Um, Let us know if a resident needs supplies. So um, if you notice that somebody, oh, they really take an interest in whatever it is, coloring, painting, let us know. They have, a lot of them have some money and that's what it's for their personal interests. So very rarely does a resident tell me, "Oh, I love painting supplies," but you might see it. You might see that they kind of enjoy that activity, so let us know so that we can get it for them. Like we can order some stuff from Amazon for them so they can try out that hobby. It might be something new that they love. It might help with their behavior, so it might help you. But let us know if any resident needs stuff or if the house needs stuff. I mean, we have a budget for activity supplies for the house. So if you see that, we could benefit from whatever it is, let us know so we can buy it for the house. More coloring books, more coloring supplies, or someone who wants to try a painting class, whatever it is, let us know so we can get stuff for the house. And then continue to plan fun and unique outings and experience for residents, just things that they can really look forward to. I like the routine stuff we do because they all love the shopping and they love all the movies. But when we plan something really, unique, that is cool too. Seeing, and them kind of get excited about something that we haven't done before. All right, so we have some discussion questions. We can go through these together and kind of discuss these, or if we have any particular examples or clients we want to discuss regarding activities, we can do that as well.